Uh-oh, it's not very good. I need to fix my Twitch connection real quick. Hang on a second. Hey, how do I do this thing again? I forgot every time. I have to figure this out. Why is my very top secret stream key? Where is it? How do I find it? Come on, Twitch. Where's my stream key? Hello, Duvet. Hello, Igami. I'm assuming Igami's here. I'm guessing Igami's here. Ah, yes, very cool. Please give my stream key. I need to get my Twitch started up. It's kind of not starting up. Presumably because I screwed around with the I screwed around with streaming to Twitch only. That involves me having to quit my YouTube connection. Ah, yeah, sorry. The speech attack, I turned it off. Let me turn it back on. It is on. It's just it's not screw up. It's just I haven't sorted it out yet. Come on. Anyways, I am going to try and attempt to commit to 7 days a week stream. However, the weekend streams are not going to be at the usual time. They are going to be at the time that I did it. That was this previous Saturday, which is basically about 6 hours earlier, or possibly even more hours earlier than the usual stream start timing, which is right now. Hang on, let me get the music store type. What is good music? What is good music? I can't see chat right now. What is good music? Okay, let me just run this for now so I can talk about for like 10 minutes. Yes, so I want to bump up more stream time. So for one, I think every day now we're dropping off at 12:30. Sorry, Igami, I'm not committed to a specific timing on the weekends. I'll just go through the whole thing. So right now we're going Monday to Friday at this time for 3 hours, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop off YouTube after the 3 hours is done, and then I'll continue just on Twitch. This way I can play whatever music I want, and then I can also go into VR chat and start to build a presence, because the VR chat channel, I want to make some friends in there, but it's kind of hard to just jump in and start talking about stuff sometimes. So I'm going to just make myself available first, be present for the next 2.5 months, and then I will probably stream until I sleep for that. Maybe another additional 1 or 2 hours if my body can handle that. And then on the weekends, I'm going to then bump up an additional at least 3 hours. Although on the weekends, if I get into the mood, it is possible to go much longer since I'm more energetic. So yes, I'm hoping through this we can double the amount of time I'm spending on art per week. Although the weekend ones are going to be a little bit iffy. It's the same as when I first started out in January for the main sets of streams, where we're not really committed to one every day. Right, it took a while before we got to one every day. But it took a while, I mean, like 2 weeks or something, which wasn't really that long. And then I'll figure out the the system that's gonna happen on the thing. Yes, Duvet, thank you. Although I can't guarantee I'll listen to everything. Again, like the music is mostly there for me to get on track, to ignore the voices in my head and also get on track with the work, which primarily means I need to have something that I already know. So I latch onto the melody and then I can just disconnect from everything. But yes, also just to keep an account of what's happening. So this is what I did on Saturday. I'm trying to sort out so once again, currently the biggest issue is that I cannot disconnect from really complicated shapes that we see in references, in photo references, and that kind of sucks. And right now I'm trying to disconnect, and it generally means I should work off stream, so that's why I'm not guaranteeing that the streams will necessarily be done on stream. But so far, I'm trying to. So here's the setup. This was the original inspiration. This this is the artist who did the design for Axia, you know, all the Penguin Logistics people from Arknights. I don't know when he released this piece of Thorns. I don't actually know. I just found this. I just found this on them Uru, and the idea was to just copy the comp, right? Just copy the comp, so I don't have to think about the comp, and copy the perspective and everything. Then I wanted to just swap out the background with different buildings, And the lighting was going to be like this. So we have the lighting set, we have the comp set, right? All I need to do is put in a character, set up a little bit more, and figure out what the shapes are. So it's just about painting the shapes. And previously Duvet recommended that one artist, which I actually haven't put it in here yet, I think. I guess not, but at least they have simple shapes, so that would be the fallback for rendering. I'm still gonna try to push through this the more brute force way. I think the problem is that I'm kind of no, we're not touching the new character yet. The new character wouldn't be ready for a bit. Hello, Kirio. Because I need to sort out quite a few things for her. But yes, anyways, so that's the plan, and that's what we have at the moment here. So I have a lot of junk here. Let me turn off some stuff. I don't know what's happening, and these guys need to go. So the comp is over here. So she's just gonna stand here, right? We have our character here. By the way, this whole freaking thing took like 6 hours to sort out for some reason. Then we have our wolf over here. I got the face done, which is the biggest, most important part. As long as the face can read properly, we should be okay. We have the character over here, who I do not know which layer is the clean one. Shit. Here. So we got the character here, got the legs and stuff sorted out, kind of, quote unquote, sorted out. So this is one of the proposed attempts, right? Just one. And then the other one is the other one that you see here, which I'm going to show. I have put it out into a separate one. I was working on this briefly. So it's the same thing. It's basically the exact same thing, except this time it's more of a side view kind of profile. And for this one, the alignment is something like kind of a rooftop kind of vibe. So this will be the background in the back. Yeah, so the plan is simple, right? Like, it's gonna be the same setup. We have a lot of sky, a lot of empty space for the most part. Oops. And the lighting is gonna be exactly the same, except one of them has a bit more of a... So I think perspective-wise, it's about like here. I'm not sure. I think it's about here. So the front part is going to be all ground, and for the most part it's going to be just wiped out. It's going to be very close and similar in value, so it's not going to be very easily read. And you guys briefly saw the value comp here. And Duvet is aware of this because he was there and helped me out with the tree value thing. Although I think it'll probably take a lot longer before I can do it properly myself, but in general this is kind of the vibe for this. So again, exact same set of color, mood and stuff, just that the lighting works slightly differently. And whichever one I attempt first doesn't really matter. I'm going to try it. If it works out, then maybe I change the lighting for the other one. If it doesn't work out, I'll try it again. I'm gonna brute force my way through this. But yeah, anyways, that's the current idea for this. And as for what we do today, I'm actually just gonna go back to what we have been doing so far. So this is the value for this one here. Kind of tentative. A lot of things are gonna change. Likely the back isn't gonna be that dark, maybe somewhere around here, and the front part might get blown out a little bit more, the contrast. Yeah. I like the flow on this one a bit more, because the character's pose, along with the wolf, is a little bit more comfortable looking, I feel like. But yes, anyways, today's I want to try and finish off the hollow one somehow. I don't know how. Primarily, I think it's just the hair that's left. There's a lot of texture work that can be done for the chairs and stuff, and I can still sort out some of the values at the bottom. But I think I'll target the hair primarily. Two value groups on the main object, it pulls attention. Two value groups. Oh, you mean like this one here? There's like one bright part and one dark part. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. The thing is, like, all this theory stuff, I don't understand. Like, because if it's just words, I cannot visualize and I don't have the experience to kind of put it in place. So yeah, no matter what, like, no matter what, it's just going to be a brute force thing. I'm gonna have to just try, and then when it fails, I try to figure out why. If I cannot figure out why, I try again in a different way, and then see if it fails or not again. It's just gonna be trial and error over here. But yes, anyways, probably not going back to this one. If I ever go back to this one, it should be for simplification, I think. I think right now I kind of want to figure out one thing is that if I have someone else's sketch, like for example, color. This is a bit of an extreme example, I think, because of the stylization, but if we have some kind of stylization like this, I want to be able to then take a photo reference and convert it to this. I think that would help a lot with the simplification. Ooh, Igami, mysterious weight losses needs to be checked out by a doctor. Although I'm probably not the best person to be telling you that, as I don't know if I have any issues. But in my brief video calls with my parents, they never told me that I look like I'm really skinny or something, despite all my stomach troubles before and me eating a lot less than I ever did. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. Apparently I'm okay. Yeah, I'm gonna drop that sequence. That's fine. Alright, that's 10 minutes of yapping. I am going to put something a little bit longer on. And finish my dinner. Because my timing today is completely messed up. And I have to just sit here and eat for a bit. Which is great. Great content. Amazing content. Okay. Let's do some just jazz. Are you still silenced? Is that a word just like... Yeah, you just can't say the word dailies. Huh, interesting. Are they on Twitter, by the way, this artist? Oh, they have a website? They have a whole ass website? Okay. Oh, it must be this then. Is Pinterest working yet? Because of AWS outage? I didn't try. Wait, hang on. I was just on Pinterest. I guess like most of the stuff I use daily doesn't really rely on AWS. My daily life has not been affected at all. I didn't even know it was down until my manager's manager was talking about it. That's 3 levels up. Yeah, let me send this link. Yeah, sorry, I don't have a lot of comments on this. Oh, this is interesting. I feel like I should be able to start noticing something with the colors, the way that this is so annoying. The fact that it's it highlights it the moment you mouse over it. I can't point at anything, but like the shadow of the pencil is so light and stuff like that. I feel like I should start to figure out what's happening. What's a WS? Oh, AWS. Yeah, Amazon Web Services. It's what half the internet, like all these services online are running on, because they don't have their own servers. Basically, you know, you need a lot of infrastructure to run your stuff, your software, your OS, your web service. But if you have this hardware, you always have to maintain the hardware despite how much of the hardware is being used, right? If you have downtime, if you have a low traffic period, you still have to pay the same amount of money. Hello, Lord. But if you buy from AWS, they do scaling for you. Or you can set up the scaling yourself, so that if you're not using some amount of resources, you can just pay less money. Oh, I like this one. You can open Pinterest and that's not how it works. For us, it doesn't look any different. So for us, we don't really care what's happening. This is your user. You're asking for Pinterest. Right, we skip all the DNS stuff in a black box. I'm just gonna skip it. But then you will reach some kind of a server, right? And then your traffic comes back. And this server part is something that you have to pay money for. And basically, instead of doing it at Pinterest, what they're doing is they're not doing it here. They're just forwarding it to AWS. And then the AWS returns it via them. So we are still querying Pinterest.com. To us, there's no difference. But these guys are running their servers on other people's machines instead. And then this side goes kaput. This side also goes kaput. Everything dies. Yeah. Apparently that's what happened today. I have no idea how big the outage is, but people were complaining about it. Quite a bit, I think. October 20th. Yeah, sorry, I have no comments for this because my mind's not quite in the right state yet. I haven't really started processing art stuff yet. So I don't have any ideas right now. I'm just viewing them as individual things. I like the colors though. I like the texture in the colors. These are nice. This is nice. This is like a good set reference for this other one that I wanted to do. Yeah, this one here. Like if I take the, like this is like low contrast and a bunch of squares and a bunch of random lights. I can take the references for the details somewhere else. But the entire setup with the textures and the light, the sort of contrast moodiness, is kind of just like this. Pretty nice. Can I grab this? Oh, shit. Nice. Oh, some good textures here. Right, Duvet, but I'm not quite in the right headspace. I'd rather get moving first before I start spending time sitting down and looking at other people's stuff. Because right now it's I'm not absorbing anything. So thank you for the recommendation. It does look very cool though. There's like no lines or anything. It's all just shapes. Yes. But I'll probably do it some other time because I need to get moving first. If I don't physically move, my brain doesn't work either. But that being said, I have no idea what to do, Red. I was still looking for references. Maybe I just leave this here for people who want to look at this instead. While I look for some stuff behind the scenes here. If I'm running that sequence, I need to find someone that I like. Yeah? Otherwise, what's the point? But at this point in time, I do not have anyone that comes to mind. Wait a second. Didn't I? Did I not? What? Oh shit, I don't know his name either. Ah, crap. Okay. Right, if it's not super stylized, then it's the same as just a photo study, but I want to avoid that right now. If that's the case, then what about the other target then? Where is it? This is gonna take a while, I think. I'm trying to be a little bit more deliberate with the choices here, and not just find like the first thing that comes up. And I'm slowly trying to work out here. What is it that I am looking for? Oh, I heard that Pinterest got a way to turn off AI stuff now. How do I do that? I don't know how to do it. Come on, view profile? Edit profile? Branded content? No. Refine your recommendations. Gen AI interests. I guess I could turn off everything. Oh, okay. Alright, now what? Just go back? Okay. Should probably take this off now. I'm trying to look for stylized compression photos. Let's see if how people tackle it, like how complicated it might get, but not really coming out. Wait, what's the other? Right. Maybe I have to ask Walnut for this. That's my giant ass board. Oh wait, hang on a second. Let me take a look at some of the other PRF boards. So we have clothing stuff here. Oh, keyboard. I'm wondering if what I'm looking for makes sense, because I'm thinking of trying to find something simple. How do I say this? Like really simple way of showing compression folds, but I think compression tends to be the most complicated fold, right? With everything squished together. So even if it's simplified, it would still be the most noisiest part. It would still have a lot of small shapes and stuff. There's no way to make like use like a big shape to represent the amount of detail there is. You can keep other stuff simpler. Everything is still going to be kind of... What about this individual? I haven't been here in a while. It's a bit stiffer, the shapes. A lot squarish. Squarer, and then the angles there's a lot more angles. Yeah, because some of these are really detailed and stuff. Ah, どうも。お久しぶりです。参考を探してます。今日は。まだ何も始まってないんです。NRZL? Oh my god, is that an L? It's got the tail on it. It should be the L. One. Nani mo yatte nai desu. Okay, I'm gonna go to my other board that's way bigger and see if I can find anything else that interests me. If not... Oh, wait. I might try to simplify it again. Some of the stuff that we've done before. I might try to see if I can reduce it down a little bit more. Just get a feel for the process of simplification. It's probably not gonna work out very well, but gotta start touching it as much as possible here. So nothing else so far. I'm just gonna quit this. I'm going to 700 megabyte file. Where is it? Further down. Okay, this is gonna take a while. This wasn't necessarily sorted by any specific sort of scale. It was just trying to group similar vibes together. Because back then the idea of a style wasn't that clear, especially when it comes down to grouping stuff. And also there's too many dimensions to styles. I think in general the top half here is just a bunch of sketches, which tends to be a little bit more, slightly more not safe for work, just because those styles tend to be simpler, so you can put stuff out more. And we probably won't be able to find a lot of really detailed ways of drawing. But I think for the most part these are still strictly... Okay, I don't know if this is considered safe for work. But we shouldn't have anything that's outright really explicit here. And I'm gonna be going pretty fast here. But if you guys want to find... yeah, if you guys want to know a specific source or a specific artist, I think the easiest way is probably to take a screenshot, send it into the Discord, and then I can answer from there. Because if you tell me to go back, like, you know, that one artist from like a couple of seconds ago, I would not know which one you're talking about. For the most part, I don't see any... I don't even see any seams being rendered, any clothing being rendered. I'm still going pretty fast for taking screenshots, but I think the video you can probably go back and pause it. This one, let me check this one personal. Jill. Hello, it's not coming out. That is correct, right? LL, yeah. 07 AM. I'm so glad I did this giant ass board a couple years back. If only I can make it up to date today, but it would at least double in size. And take an entire day to go through it, but it's so convenient to just go through this like this. I'm not seeing any compression, folks, I think, for the most part. To some extent, I feel like this feels like a bit of a waste of time. But I feel like, at the same time, if I'm seeing all these different styles and none of them have any specific shapes that I really like, then I also feel a little bit more justified in just doing whatever. When it comes to trying to render and simplify it for myself then. Because otherwise I do it and I feel like it doesn't look good. I feel like someone else's would have done something that looks better. But if I'm not finding it anyways, then that should unlock that part of my brain. I don't know. Looks like there's complexities in the other parts. And then for the most part, the nicest one so far has been that one artist that we studied in the very first stream of the series. But that one's trends towards the more complicated side. But if you've decided that compression is going to be complicated anyways, then that would be the path to go and we just simplify elsewhere. Yeah, primarily it's similar stuff, I think. Yeah, cool. Okay. Primarily simpler, okay. Okay, I think it got, oh my god, huge. I'm just gonna grab random pieces. I think if I keep a bunch of different styles here, it might help. Not so much in following what they're doing, but in just when I do stuff, I can be like, oh yeah, it's not really that different. So I don't have to be that particular about it. Is that environment stuff already, I think? 신ken공이. Ah, so good that they don't change the handles. Like some artists change the handles and it's just lost to time. Oh, I've seen their stuff recently too. Oh, interesting. But this rendering style inherently adds a lot of things in their thing. I'm just gonna write the counter on this then. And then... まあいいかじゃあ。Yeah, for the most part, it feels like it's just... But that is what simplification is, isn't it? Just to use, like, not necessarily accurate shapes, but to imply, just enough to imply what it is. Ah, I misclicked. Come on, dude. That's bullshit. I'll leave a bunch of these here. Impression. Oh, we've been here before. Oh yeah, we have. Anyways, this can go on for hours, I think. I'm gonna go to the washroom. After I come back, I'll probably just start doing something. I'll be right back. Oh, hello, Yet Tree. I haven't done anything today. We have 9 people here. I've been sitting here for like 45 minutes. Hello, unknown individual. Ugh. What am I gonna do? I do not know. What do I want to do now? I need to try and simplify shapes, I think. I try to simplify some of these things down. Yeah. Alright. Whatever that means. Oh, wait, he's over here. Today is just... it's going kind of day. Nothing special. Let's just close this. Discard changes. Right, the problem is compression flows, right? Let me try to tackle compression flows. Where's my pen, dude? What? Where'd it go? Here. I don't think that would have been. Wait, hang on. No. We should have some. Did we not? Did it go? Yeah, it did. Okay. But it doesn't really help simplifying, does it? This is a I have to do until I'm satisfied kind of thing, I think. Whether if it means that I find something that I like, or it just means that I've done enough to justify that this is the best I can do. Something, somehow, some way, I just have to do enough to arrive at a conclusion of my own here. Whatever that may be. With these guys. A simplification. I mean, if I look at it, I would just copy the shapes. Okay, so this one here is definitely simple enough that I would probably just copy this. This one here I could probably simplify a little bit. These guys are just like, what? At least this one here. But this one here is... what the hell, dude? Because if you don't draw this many shapes, you won't be able to show the texture throughout the entire thing, like how soft it is. So if I'm reducing the number of details that I do for this part, everything else must be reduced even more to show that this part is especially soft. can I do with this though? I don't want to copy exactly the same, but I want to have enough stuff to... okay. Oh yeah, an individual. Playing some games today? Okay. Thinking what to draw. No reference? Well, I mean... Shouldn't be too hard to find one. I transit over. So this part is facing me, so there's overlap here. So there's more lines that's gonna go across. Same for this part, I think. And then stuff in the middle. I suppose I could decide. Oh wait, do I see anything? There are overlapping forms here because of the way it's being crumpled. Oh, why is it hard under visual? What is the difficulty that you're facing? What? So what are you looking for then? So you're saying that it's you're not looking for not someone else's art, or like not looking for a photograph, or the reference that you're looking for? Okay, I mean, but that means that you have something, right? Sounds like you have a reference. I think I'm violating the I should have just drawn and ensured that I never eat into the curve here of the tube. Then that way I can ensure that the volume inside... Wait, but... Right, but presumably it's bending this way because there's some material inside the sleeve. So that means the sleeve can never eat into that volume. So yeah, I should have just kept it like along these two guys, so I can ensure that my volume is constant. Now I don't know if it's accidentally eating it too much in, but I'm gonna ignore that for now. Okay. Yes, I know, Image. I'm not following, but if you have something you want to draw, that's great. Definitely go for it. And just ignore my yapping. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of random nonsense, I think. I do not... what, Metro Man is in like what, from Megamind? I didn't watch Megamind, but I have watched enough of like recap videos of Megamind, I think, at this point, that I think I know what's happening. From Megamind, okay. That was not the Metro Man that I had in mind, but I realized that it was probably that one instead. I was thinking of Mega Man. Okay. No, but I'm actually creeping up. Okay, so hang on. I need colors. I need black and white now. I'm creeping in more and more details just because I'm spotting more and more shapes. Right now I know for a fact that it's not similar to the original, or at least I hope. Because I didn't actually... I don't know what the original looks like without looking at it in my head. So that means I don't know what's happening. So this here should be disconnected. And then if I can just rendering enough lighting to give it a convincing form that implies the same thing that the original does, then this This is a success, and I just need to repeat it over and over. And then that would be my way of simplification, I suppose. One way of it, at least. So I'll do 3 values, I think, just to keep it simple then. The really dark stuff. So lighting is coming from top, right? Some kind of top. So I just block this out for now. The inside of it. Okay, I'm just gonna merge it then. There's no reason to have 3000 layers here. And then I need something bright. So if I take this and I paint, and if I can render out some kind of convincing looking shape, then this is good. I think that makes sense. I should have cleaned this up a bit more. Just make it a little bit cleaner. Should I? Wait, should I do this instead? What difference does it make? I think it matters. Okay, okay. How should I approach this though? Too much detail for now, I think. Let's just make it consistent first, I guess. Do I have any here? No. Not really. How do I? Right, so this would be like this. This can be like that. I'm gonna stick 2 values first, I think. So I think if the original line art is already slightly simplified from the thing, I can just do whatever now to add more details. I think that was probably fine. Eventually, I think I probably learned the balance that I like. So in the meantime, I'm just going to do whatever that feels more natural, I guess. Even though I didn't really want this many shapes here, I think. Okay, now if I add one more value, what do I do? Okay. Now what? It would still follow some kind of a pattern here, right? Stay along the middle. I can use it to cut the shape out more. So the question then is, I always seems to follow the other one. Gonna cheat for a bit. Let me see if I posterize this. What's gonna happen here? Oh yeah, it has been a while. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the daily struggle. I hope you've been doing well. It has been... Ooh, how many streams has it been? Maybe like 100 almost? Has it been that long? I think for the most part, nothing's really changed here. I lost audio for a moment. I see, yeah. I was just wondering how you've been. Also wondering when the last time you were here was. Mary who? Oh. Nah, she hasn't been on for a while. She hasn't been on in a while. But if you're talking about Naruto, then that means it's the repo times. The repo times were... Whoa. Shit. Oh my god, when was it that I played repo? It was like early hundreds, I think. Post repo? Oh yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. 115, 80, 90, 20. Was it 20 streams I do a month, right? Like that's like what, 4 or 5 months ago? Oh my god. New job. Oh shit! Congratulations. That is big. The hours are crazy. Okay, I was about to ask if you like it. But it seems like a 7 on, 7 off, 12-hour days. So you do like 12-hour shifts for 7 days. So each day you get 12 hours, and then the next week you get the entire week off, I guess. Oh, I see. Well, whatever it takes to keep yourself alive. God damn, man. Mm-hmm. Finally got a rosary. Is that... Hang on, I'm not quite familiar with that word. The only time I've ever seen that word was in Binding of Isaac. So I'm not 100% sure what is actually used for. I guess it's for meditating? Praying? I see, I see, I see. Well, I mean, sounds great. Like, if you have like a surefire way of getting yourself into a good headspace, that's it's very nice. Mm-hmm. So it's like a kind of a meditation for you then. Like some kind of a ritual to keep yourself. Not keep yourself, but like to just relax, I suppose. I see, I see. Yes, I'm woefully unfamiliar with a lot of religious practices, for the most part. Oh man, I don't think this is working out. So this has the primary shapes. It's so ugly though. My god, what the hell is this? I don't know what I'm doing. Faith and spiritual health. You like the pen I'm using? It's literally a square. Other than it being a square, there's nothing interesting about it. It's just actually a square. I don't know why I always like using this pen to draw circles and round shapes. Apparently I do that. This is today I'm trying to tackle simplification. I think for the most part I've been too reliant on references, and I just try to copy every single shape I see. So I'm trying to work out what is it that I can do to make it simpler, but I don't know how. Because I hate the shapes that I'm seeing. So no matter what I do, it just feels bad. And I mean, to some extent this would have worked too. I could just... If I was just painting and I had more gradients, like if I had the light layer and the dark layer separated out, I could put some gradients on it and I could just call it a day too. Like it isn't really... I have to do something about this kind of situation. So I don't really know, like... You could try helping me with that? Yeah, I've been going through a lot of different styles just now. Just walking through a lot of references that I collected. And I haven't found anything that someone else's has done that I like. So I think it's just maybe this kind of shapes that I just don't like in general. So I think... Oh, I see. Yeah, it's more of a shape specifically related to compression foes, I think. Because these really curvy looking S shapes, X shapes, cubular thingies, I just don't like it. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. So like rather than truly finding something I like, I feel like the process is more of just coming to terms with whatever this is. Yeah, I was trying to I'm trying to lower the number of steps in there. So there's a posterization filter in here to make it a little bit easier to see some of the shapes, and therefore try to simplify it. No way, that's not how it works. I wanted to see it so I can try and render it, but looks kind of bad. But maybe it looks bad because the shapes are too even. Maybe there should have been more variation. But then again, like this kind of foes would be a lot more even, would it not? Because the material is consistent, and as long as the band is consistent, then it should just react in a consistent way, I feel like. Anyways, probably just an experience thing. I'm just gonna do more. Hello, Curio. Yeah, I definitely do think about things a lot more than I should. You just gotta move on. Just do more things. Group foes into 3 groups. Sorry, like so I'm hoping that you have a follow-up to that sentence, because I think the 3 groups specifically, I feel like there's multiple different ways of grouping, perhaps. Large, medium, and small. Ah, okay. You know, let me undeep fry my memes. Oof. So okay. So how about this? Oh, I should just merge the layer first. So we have like what, bigger shapes here, and then more finer shapes in here, and like a medium shape in here. Is that how that works? And we have like smaller stuff here. G'day, mate. G'day, mate. Maybe I can choose to have a bit more shapes here. I wonder. Maybe the process is but this is just the same thing. The goal is to simplify, but also not doing it in a vacuum. So Cutting out of a big shape rather than mashing together a bunch of small shapes. Right. Yeah, to be fair, I haven't really been watching a lot of other people's stuff. I don't know if that's out of stubbornness or what, but it just doesn't ever come to mind to watch other people's stuff. It's always be like, oh, how should I tackle this in a different way that maybe to get it to work? Which has its ups and downs, but for the most part it has been a little bit less efficient. Right, I mean, these streams are meant to be study sessions, it's just that I don't have any experience to guide anyone else, because I don't know what I'm doing either. I'm just kind of here to brute force my way through this thing called art. Seems like, for the most part. I do like brutalism. Yeah. So if I have a big sort of detailed and then slightly less detailed, the medium shape here. Right, I can try to group it maybe first. And then try to cut this up a little bit more. I can take it down a notch. And then refine the shapes a little bit more. Keep the same big stuff. And what if I do some of this? Try to make use of the random lines I put in. So it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of based off of it. You're kind of even here. This is like 213 maybe. If I do 312. Indeed. I think, yeah, this is very intense for me because I have never really done it like this before. Primarily, I'm just copying other people's shapes up till now, and I never truly understood the form, which naturally has a lot of issues. And yeah, so that's definitely kind of the goal here, I think. Hang on, I'm trying to sort out the... Let me see. It's the detail and detail density. The photos are the most dense because they're the most realistic. They're the correct answer. Then we simplify it down. Then it depends on the balance. So if you have if this is 100, the place that you go afterwards depends on the style and the balance in that specific image. And then as well as the individual relationships between. Oh yes, good, all the best. Thank you, DTV. See you. Oh sorry, no, that's not you leaving. See you later on the individual, Lamau. Because I read the messages from bottom up. Yes, have a good day on the individual. I'm trying to understand what's happening here, trying to figure out the balance here. So there's balance within this entire material of clothing, where there are dense parts versus less dense parts, as well as the balance within the thing. But it's always, so okay, so it's always there. So that's what this guy is, just at different scales. This is a factor here. No, I'm not trying to figure out the math for the foes, but rather I'm trying to understand what is it that I'm trying to achieve here. Because what I was thinking is that, hey, if I take a photo and I just copy shapes, it's too noisy. I don't like it. I don't like how it looks, right? I want to simplify it. But then, how much do you simplify, right? Because I can't... how do I say this? Like, if you have a dude with like a sleeve or something, I don't know, like let's say that's the torso, and then the arm is like curved or something, there'll be a lot of seams here, right? But then there wouldn't be as many seams across the rest of the body. So there's that balance that needs to be maintained, even if as you're simplifying. And then at the same time, there's also other stuff that comes into play, like the overall composition of the thing, of the overall image. Where the part of the image is like quieter and whatnot. And there's also style. So if all of these things are going in to finally decide on how detailed this should be, I guess simplifying now would just practice the muscle of simplification. That is one thing. I could also just copy it exactly, understand the form completely, so that when it comes time to actually draw it, then I can do the simplification then, based on my understanding of the form, instead of trying to. So, because what I feel like I end up doing right now is partly learning how to simplify, but partly also just trying to figure out certain shapes that I can copy and paste in later, which is probably not great, because that's no different from copying shapes. I need to figure out the process of converting. So if I understand the form, then I can then better simplify it. But it's like maybe it's two separate different muscles. But anyways, it's not very important. That I just want to get things a little bit clearer in my head. Because sometimes these ideas float around and get really noisy. The faster I can put them down on the board, the faster I can just ignore them and go back to them later. That's how we end up with giant-ass text nonsense like this. So what does that mean for me now? Actually, I don't really know. But let's just try and color this as well. Where's my color layer? Is this one? I just do 2 values for now, I think. It's still very overwhelming in the beginning. Sometimes I also question if there's a need to do it, to understand to that extent, because you can always find references. And for the most part, people don't necessarily look that close in a lot of these things anyways. They look at the overall vibe of the image, and if they vibe with it, they vibe with it, right? Unless it's so hideous, atrocious, that it actually takes away from the experience. If not, for the most part, I don't think people care that much whether if it's that realistic. Yes, the thickness of the clothing. You can actually see it in these 2 examples here. Because we got the really thick jeans, where it has a lot of consistent sort of bigger, slightly shapes, I think. And this one is just... It has a lot more smaller folds, I feel like. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It also feels more chaotic somehow. But I don't know if that's the chaos is a function of the thickness, or it's just because there's more folds. No, but if it's... Yeah, it would be perceived as something that's... Anyways. This is a mileage thing. I'm just gonna keep going. I think from now on I'll do some of these quote-unquote simplification exercises perhaps, and then also try to finish something else, like a bigger piece, which I should switch over now actually. I spend too much time looking for references, but I guess that's also necessary to some extent. Yeah, don't worry about it. I just start rambling at some point in time. Yes, your brain is doing an AWS right now. Oh, lock it. Is it easier to paint light or paint shadow? So this part is propped up. My light is coming in here. Maybe I do it to the extent here. Do a little bit of this. Maybe there's a bit of shadow that comes over or something. I don't know. This part here. The underneath of it has a bit of shadow. What is going on here then? Something like that, perhaps. This. Maybe if I turn on Twitter, I'll start working. Browsing Twitter always makes me want to draw something, I think. After saying that, I felt really weird about it because, like, for the longest time, I think seeing other people's stuff really just makes me really tired. Because I keep thinking of the amount of work I have to do. But I think recently, I mean, it comes in waves, I suppose. Previously, I was still feeling pretty shit because things weren't really making a lot of sense. Or what's happening here? What in the world is happening here? Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. Oh man, yeah, I don't know what's happening here. What's happening here actually? Let me see. If this is just a little lip, the shadow wouldn't be that much, right? Get a little bit more out of this. Maybe this could have been this way instead. And a bit of shadow. It's like a weird, but I don't have any soft edges. That's also part of the reason why I think. Where the hell is this? Oh, it's here. Deep fried jeans. Alright, I didn't understand what's happening here. Blocking instead of sketching. Blocking is very scary to me because it's very unfamiliar. And I still don't have a good idea of what I'm doing. So it just makes me worry more. In general. That's why I don't do a lot of like blocking and then trying to carve out something from like this blank canvas. The failure rate is quite a bit higher. I mean, I didn't imply that over here. I think that's also fine. It looks like there's a bit of a... Oh, I see. A bit of the brighter stuff in here. I have a talented understanding of light. I don't know if that is true. The only thing that I have a bit more confidence in after like 200 streams are my lines, I think. Drawing anatomy and lines and poses, as long as the reference is good. I feel like the success rate of doing sketches has gone up dramatically. But besides that, everything else doesn't really feel like I have made any progress since I started. Primarily because I haven't really been working on stuff like colors and stuff. But I do agree things that are worth a try. I don't know if I tried blocking before, hang on. Because, this one here. This one was done without lines at all. This was like last week, I think. This took like... How long did this take actually? I can't remember. This took like maybe 5+ hours? At least 5 or 6. Yeah. Can I simplify this? Wait, can I try and simplify this? How would I simplify this though? Sorry, yeah, maybe I'm not on the same page because I'm not sure. Like, if like blocking in my head refers to just like, you know, you just kind of paint stuff without drawing any lines, and you're trying to basically, I guess, put in shapes to imply the form directly. If that's my understanding of what blocking means. Can Can I try and simplify this, actually? How would I simplify this? I haven't used this brush in a long time, actually. Let me try this one. No, but then the lines would be a little bit too interesting. I want it to be on the colors instead. If I trace, I would just get the same shape, would I not? Capture the obvious form and discern the shapes that the form is built from. Right, this feels like you know, the Aang the Last Airbender stuff, the kind of stuff where you're like, hey, if you're the water guy, you can't really do fire because it's kind of hard. It's like the exact opposite kind of vibe I'm getting. I think blocking I'll definitely want to try someday, because let me think. I don't think I ever will go away from lines, but I do would like to be competent enough to be able to just paint from nothing as well. But I think in general, like, it's just too daunting. It's a little bit too overwhelmed by the prospect of having no lines. It's like going outdoors naked. Well, no Aang the Last Airbender. Avatar Aang tries to learn earthbending and then just keeps jumping away because he's like a airbender and doesn't stand his ground. No? Haven't seen. Ah, okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, basically the 4 elements, it's like the 4 cardinal directions. If you're a part of one that's directly opposite you, that is the least intuitive for you to learn. If you're the avatar. I mean, everyone else just don't get to learn, because they can only do one anyways. Naruto terms? Shit, what is the good analog in Naruto? Yeah, okay. That's great. I'm glad you got it. Yeah. Yeah, I never draw you came in. Alright, learn the feminine forms, and then the masculine forms is kind of like blocky and not round anymore, and it's kind of unintuitive until you get past that stage of... It feels like you know, it feels like you are starting from zero again because of how unintuitive everything is. Why am I doing this? I'm trying to see if I can simplify it any more than the reference, because there's a lot of shapes here, and I feel like intuitively I don't know how to think about this, because I feel like you should be able to simplify this down so that I don't have to render this much detail, right? For example, people's styles are simpler, they would render less. But at the same time, if you reduce the amount of details, the implications on the material, wouldn't that change as well? Yeah, I thought I wasn't gonna... Yeah, my impression has always been like, if I were ever to come back to this, it would be to try and simplify this. It's all good, the TV. I appreciate the sentiment. I appreciate it greatly. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? It's okay. I'll suffer through this until I figure something out for myself. That being said, doesn't look like I'm doing anything 3D this year, then. I think I'm like about to start blocking. The mouth. Like, I don't want to draw the individual seams within the clothing. I want to let painting carry that part. Other than like a few maybe like really obvious overlapping of like clothings, like of fabric. Then I feel like a line is justified. Otherwise, for the most part, I feel like you shouldn't draw lines inside the clothing and just let the colors do the work. I don't know though. I don't know. I think this entire series of streams is very disorganized. Partly, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's disorganized necessarily, because we do have kind of a roadmap kind of thing, whatever. But like, because I don't know what my final end state I want to go to is like. I'm kind of just doing stuff. The mask layer? Sorry, do you mean like, I could just select the previous one and just fill it in, which now that you mention it, you know, I should probably have done this, but it's not quite exactly the same, so I have to fix it anyways. Just doing it without Go. Yeah, I mean, now that you mention it, it does sound like insanity, but I feel like it's not quite like that. It is sort of without an idea of where I'll end up, but we have a goal of just figuring out where we want to be. Like, what am I talking about? Like, it's not entirely insanity. I think just because like if I'm like at some point I'm trying to go in some I don't know where I'm going. Like, I don't know where I'm ending up on this circle here. And then as I'm going around this entire space, what I'm figuring out is the stuff that I don't like. So all these things I don't like. And then as I touch a circle side here, I'm like, oh, I don't really like this. Let me try somewhere else, you know. So it is kind of insanity. But each time I touch a point, I can be like, hey, I don't like details to this extent. I want to simplify to the other side, but I don't know how to get there. I'm still just kind of wondering. But at least I have a general direction, I think. Yes, I do not. That is 100% accurate. Whatever that, like that painting that you just painted is 100% accurate. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I feel like there are people out there who are, they look at people's arts and they like, oh, this artist is exactly how I want, like how their style is exactly how I would like to be able to draw. Then they can just study that one person's style and use that as the Bible, essentially, right? To guide them into doing all kinds of simplification that they need. The color gamut, the color mood, the shapes, the flow, everything like that. But for me, it's always been like, I have this huge list. I don't know if you saw it just now. But I have this giant-ass Twitter bookmark PureRef board. And these were just the stuff that I've collected in the first, like 2020 to 2023. And all of these things I like. I like them enough to bother bookmarking them. So I've liked them quite a bit. And nowadays, I look at this and it's becoming a lot. Yeah, I apologize if you missed some stuff. But nowadays I look at this board and I kind of have a better idea of why I like certain things or what stuff I no longer like and stuff like that. But like that also only happened because of me trying so many things. So like this circle thing that I'm doing here, where I'm just wandering around, even though it seems kind of crazy and not very efficient, I feel like I'm still doing a lot of work in like basically filter around some of these things, and eventually helping me figure out where is it that I want to end up specifically. Yeah, I get what you're saying too, Kirio, but I think for the most part, it's at least from my point of view. From my point of view, I'm not trying to use art as a way to keep myself alive. The fundamentals are important, but not as important as being able to just be able to speak the language. I mean, fundamentals itself is also part of the language, but like I feel like, you know, if you can just put good stuff out there that you're satisfied with, even if you don't fully understand it, I feel like that might be a nice thingy. Look at real reference. Your way of drawing fine ref. Okay, wait, hang on. You're saying just to draw from life, right? Just draw from real life and figure out like I have no idea how laggy you guys are feeling. Maybe I should stop talking for now for a bit. Let me check. There's nothing on my side that implies anything is super duper lagging. But what I could do is to just speak really slowly and clearly like this, and let the subtitle do most of the work. This way, we can guarantee that at least the messages get through. As slow as this may be. But just draw from real life, you said? That is so I figure out my own, basically figure out my own way of simplification is what that is. Very cool, very cool. It's all good, it's all good. I don't know. But I do know is that as long as I keep doing this, as long as I keep trying this, even if it looks like I'm going around the circle, I think eventually I'll walk out of it. Oh, maybe it's copium, but for the most part. Insanity. Somehow I feel like this is going to be, I have to go through this process of trying a bunch of random shit and failing anyways. Would I not go anywhere? I feel like in under normal circumstances, I would be really stressed out by that, you know. But for some reason, I feel oddly calm. Why of all times am I choosing to believe in my stupid ass process right now? I wonder. Is that true? So what I'm saying is contrary to what I'm doing? So wait, sorry, what did I say? I said that I'm trying like different random shit, right? Kinda just wandering around. Hammering a nail on the head until... is that how it sounds like? Okay. Oh, I guess, oh, okay. I guess what I've represented might not be that accurate because, I went back a lot on like the same, like I kind of went around like this, but really it's kind of like just wandering without trying not to go back to places that I've already been. So eventually at some point I'm hoping that I can explore the entire sort of solution space and then arrive at some point that I like, as meandering as this is. But I would not like, well, ideally, I don't like go do this and this and this and this. I might have misrepresented it a little bit. I feel like talking to you guys is pretty good, Kirio. Like because like an actual artist is... No, the boundary is just so that we don't work on an infinite space. I mean, this can be infinite for all we want, but like just so that we have a endpoint, a goal here, for example. At some point, there must be a goal. I suppose I could represent it the same way as just having an infinite space starting at some point, and then just kind of meandering around, you know? And then trying to explore everything, and then eventually at some point I get to somewhere where I'm like, yeah, this is where I want to be. But we're probably not doing this, is what I'm thinking. Although I don't know for a fact. But, talking to an actual artist, like, I think it would help. I think it would help. I'm trying to process this. If you go in my bag, you're not bouncing around the circle, you're placing stairs in the air and slowly ascending. Perhaps. I think, how do I say this? Like, if you are someone who has been through this process and you're standing at the end point and you're looking back at me, for example, you can see that I'm going up, or you can see that I'm going with a certain direction. But in my point of view, because I don't know where this is, I have a fog, right? Fog of war? Fog of war? Yeah, I think I said wall instead of war. But because I don't see this endpoint, I feel like I'm just kind of wandering. I don't see it. Because I can never know how far I am from this distance. I could be going in the opposite direction for all I know, but you might be able to see that I'm going in some way, I think. As much as I can, I try to keep things a little bit... I try to keep things a little bit more structured. But then when life comes into play, things get a little bit messy because I forgot stuff that I decided that I want to do, or I forgot stuff that I've already done before, and I kind of go back to the same spot that I have been before. That's happened quite a few times now. And Oh, I don't necessarily see that I'm trapped though. That's not quite what I'm seeing. That was truly just like a way of representing an area, right? Because even if I don't draw like the circle, there's still a boundary here in some sense of like this. But for all I know, this boundary is just infinity. It's just the entire solution space. Yeah, I'm not really necessarily thinking of me being trapped in a circle. Right? If you do math, it's like Venn diagram, right? You're representing everything that is possible within this circle, just so that you have a visual representation of the space. Yeah, I do agree. I'm starting to realize that it's not so much about stuff that I like, but stuff that I don't like sometimes. the more I try, the more I learn. Like no matter what I do, even if I fail, it's always a good place to just think about why it didn't work out or why I didn't like it. And then I can just plan around that. I can be like, hey, this is what I need to tackle. Like right now, I don't know how to simplify stuff. I feel like I should try to do more simplifications, whatever that may mean, right? Then I'll do some quote-unquote simplifications that I think is what I want or what I need, and then reevaluate again. So it's been good. I like maybe the way I talk about things is really negative, and maybe it probably is really negative. But I don't know. I'm okay with it. Like it doesn't feel like I'm necessarily beating myself so much that I can't stand back up or I can't continue. If that's what you're worried about, cause it feels like you're trying to encourage me to keep going, but I'm limited paradigm. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so when I say that I'm going around in circles, the main reason why I feel like that is because I don't remember a lot of things. There are, like, how do I say this, right? Like, you can fail stuff, you can succeed whenever you try something, but only when you remember it and then you do something based off of that, right? You make an improvement off of that. Do you truly take a step forwards? But then in a lot of times, whether if it's because I'm too tired or I'm too distracted or I wasn't really doing the exercises correctly in the first place, I don't necessarily remember the failures or remember the successes. So it feels like I've gained nothing. But even in such situations, I've come to also realize that there are some amounts of that exercise, right? Some bits and pieces of that thing that kind of sticks with you. Because like in terms of drawing anatomy, drawing even just normal sketches, some of it I try to remember and I do remember, but a lot of it was also lost. But at the end of the day, when I do try to sketch something, it doesn't feel like it was before anymore. Even though specifically, if you ask me what did I learn, I wouldn't be able to say anything. But at the same time, it's like it's clearly been a huge change since I started 200 streams ago. So I don't know. I feel like things are kind of going around in circles, but they also are not, which is probably also why I'm so calm about the entire thing. Because I would have probably freaked out a long time ago if I'm like, hey shit, nothing's working, I'm not making any progress. I feel absolutely terrible about the situation, you know. I would have made a much bigger change if that was truly the case, I think. I'm actually kind of also not really sure, but I think I am, yeah, I'm trying to become an archer, and then we have a D&D session maybe next Friday. Be kind of interesting. Alright man, DTB, I'll see you soon. But every arrow miss is one arrow closer to hitting target. Through circle like the arrow is just one step. It's all good, like my mentality has always been pretty negative, I think, in terms of everything else I do in life as well. It's just kind of always been like this. And for the most part, it no longer really matters anymore, like how I think about things. Because I think of it as this is what I want to do, this is what I need to do, I'm just gonna do it. I will think about it in a negative way, but I'll just get it done at the end of the day. Maybe it wouldn't be the most enjoyable thing in the whole world when I'm doing it. But yeah, I think at this point it's kind of hard to change that personality trait. Yeah, I'm trying to so now that because I talked about this in the early part of the stream, but I guess I'll just say it again. But the duvet really heard it, I think, because I am going to try and do more streams, I think, and part of that is I'm gonna try and sit around VR chat worlds. There's one where all the Japanese creative people come together and sort of do their work, essentially. If I can meet more people there, you know, talk to more people from different parts of the world with different processes and experiences, I think maybe I can gain something out of that. But I'm just trying to get used to the environment at this point, I think. This looks like shit. What the hell is this? So yeah, anyways, I'm trying to make a weekday only stream into like everyday stream. Although some of those streams will likely not be on YouTube. They might either be just on Twitch or on the there's actually a special server set up for like VR chat streaming or something. You don't stream to any website in particular, but you stream to a server and you can pull data from the server to share with your friends in game. It's kind of interesting that someone is doing that. I don't know if it's done by the game itself, the game developers themselves, or is it actually someone else's like third-party thing? Because that is a lot of dollar bills to keep the server running, because it's taking video data, real-time video data, no less. Anyways, thank you for all the advice. It's nice to be able to talk about stuff like this, I think. It's yeah, like you guys pointed out, Curio and Duvay, I definitely don't have a lot of other people to talk to about art stuff outside of the streams. It would definitely be beneficial to, like, okay, in terms of simplification, isn't this like simplified? So this is fine, right? Like, this implies the forms that it needs to imply, and maybe it isn't necessarily depicting the material in such an accurate manner. Maybe it doesn't have enough folds on the back, for example, to imply the softness and thinness of the material, but for the most part, I mean, like, it serves the job of depicting the form, kind of, right? And right, what, like, you don't really need to do any more if this is, if you're okay with this, I suppose. Is that what simplification is? Some of these shapes could definitely be better though, but it doesn't even need to be 100% accurate, it just needs to be similar enough. We'll get there. We'll get there someday. I think it's like the same as drawing something as well. It's like, it's not shit until you decide that it's done, and if it's still shit, you know, like if you keep trying for it, it's just a work in progress. Hello again. Hello. I think it will have various meaning. For me, it's close to become abstract arts. Like, you mean what I have here, Hirio, is too simplified for you? Is that what you're saying? Simplify the cylinder form? Yeah, I suppose. What the hell is happening? I only have 2 values, so I guess this would be the value then. Anyways. It just has to be the one to do this. Well, is this not simple? This feels a lot simpler than the original, I feel like. Maybe I'm slowly feature creeping, I'm sure, but like, yeah, I don't know. Because it's really hard to just say specifically like, hey, this is enough or this is not enough. As long as I feel like it's comfortable to draw, I feel like it's fine. Under 20 strokes. Hang on, do I not get to define what is simple for myself? Under 20 strokes, huh? But I guess you have a point though. If I'm trying to simplify, then we should really keep it as simple as possible. Then that's what I'm training, right? To be able to simplify things down to as much as possible. I wonder, yeah, like maybe there's some miscommunication because I'm not using words that accurately. Because I feel like simplification in this case was really just me trying to figure out what is more comfortable. It doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be super duper simple. Because the previous one when I was drawing it, it felt really complicated in terms of there being so many different shades. Intermediate shades of colors and values and stuff like that. But in this case, it's just done in 2 and it kind of has the same vibe, and I feel like it's therefore simple. And I'm satisfied with this. I'm okay with this, even though it's not necessarily technically that simple either. So maybe what I'm really looking for is just something that I'm comfortable with. Using least amount of stroke to pump out more frames. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Right, you are doing animation, right, DTV? So like a simplification is like the bread and butter. Otherwise, like this isn't too much. For me, I guess I'm trying to find a balance between having enough detail to satisfy the sort of requirement I feel like illustrations have that needs to be a little bit more complicated, but at the same time still be comfortable enough to draw and not be too overwhelming every time and be like, oh my god, there's like 5 bajillion different colors here. What am I gonna do? In this case, it's only 2. And I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of proud of myself for actually being able to do even something like this. Simplified, quote unquote, in my head. Simplified. Got it. Can put in the reflected light too. Try to simplify this part too. Because if I can do this, like that is good enough for me. Like I can take this, I can render it with like 3 different colors, put some gradients in, put some terminators in, you know, throw in like some softer edges, put in some textures here and there, and I think I can call it a day. And would have been, I would be pretty satisfied with that. I think. Hard to say until I actually try it. This is way better than the colored version that I did before. No. This looks kind of weird, but I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know, honestly. I feel like I'm not quite using words accurately, but I feel like I am making it simpler at the moment already by dropping it down to these like lesser shapes. I'm hoping that's less. I feel like that's less, and also definitely less colors and values. And yeah, I feel like this is what I want to practice on. Like practice to just turn it into cell shaded sort of vibes. And then maybe later on try to render it a little bit more with different edges and different textures, perhaps. Because this feels really comfortable to draw, you know, like it's It's got enough stuff to satisfy the urge within me, but at the same time, it's not overwhelming. If that makes sense. Oh, これでかすぎる。いや、いらない。Except the outline? Yeah, but the outline is huge though, because with the outline I don't have to worry about the thing anymore. Without the outline, I have to constantly worry about if the entire thing is in proportion in the first place. You know what I mean? Like, it's like a lot harder without the outline. This works, right? This works. This works, right? With the first block, that is true. That is true. But without lines, right? Like, because lines help me craft like the individual shapes. I get to sketch in the anatomy. Like, I get the process that you're describing because that's exactly what I did here for the original red thingy here. Oh, I do need lines though. I do need lines. That I know for a fact. Me specifically, I am so honored that you feel like I have the skills required. In my mind, that skill level that's required to do what you're describing is quite a bit higher still. Especially, yeah, like, oh my god, I can't imagine, because all of these different, like, let's say for example you change the pose, right? Like, if you have a perfect reference like this was really manageable. Like, this was done without any lines. This was just a single layer painting. How I perceive shape? Right, I mean, if it's study, it's fine. If I'm studying, I have a reference, I think it's okay. But if I am drawing something original, I need the lines to block it out. I need the lines to be able to tell me what's happening. Not this one. Like for example, these guys here. I need the lines to be able to plan it out. Plan out the anatomy and then put clothing on top of the anatomy. You know what I'm saying? Like lines is going to be a core process of a core part of the process in original stuff. Well, quote unquote original. So I don't see any real reason to have to not use it for studies as well. You know, it's going to be part of the thing. Yes. It is all I'm using it for the most part. I think for the most part that is accurate. But it's just like removing that mental load. Yes. I thank you for the confidence. And I mean, if you say so, I feel inclined to give it a try. But let me get back to you on that. I'm gonna go to the washroom real quick. Yes, thank you very much, JTV. Block a cube or two. Yeah, I get that. You start simple and stuff. I've been thinking. I mean, if you're starting that simple from like a cube and stuff, that is really kind of like going back to beginner level. And you're just learning a new process for doing the same thing. I don't know if that makes too much sense, time-wise. I know you're probably not here anymore, but just to address that, is how I feel about it. And then, however, because I was thinking, why is this so much easier to do lines? Because like, it doesn't. You're able to put in a lot of like tinier details that serve as guidelines. Like for example, the torso, you get to see this inner part too, right? This inner part here and everything. If this was just one block of shape, it would just be one blob of shape. It's really hard to see where the landmarks are still. I think that's probably why I'm so scared of blocking. But technically, you could also just have different colors while you're blocking. I could have blocked in the shape of the torso's guide, put some shadows in to sort of guide, further break it down, and then continue to break off from there and add stuff and remove stuff. It just feels really unintuitive, I think. Having done lines for so many years now, like I feel like it's just really weird. I don't know if you ever get to hear my reply for that, but I thank you again. Well, for your unwavering confidence in my ability to block colors. I don't think I've ever had that much faith placed in me. So today's been kind of a bit of a mess, I think. I wanted to go and work on... the original plan was to do some clothing simplification, do some hair simplification, and I wanted to start rendering this. Because I need to figure out the hair, and I just want to be done with it. So the hair and the clothing, I just cleaned that up a little bit more. And then the chairs. And then the walls, but I don't think I'll ever finish that at this rate. God. But it's okay though, I feel like. As long as I'm making progress, it is what it is. It is what it is. There's never been a shortage of sort of partially completed work in progresses that eventually got dumped. At the very least nowadays, the the level of work that is getting dumped is getting higher and higher. At some point, eventually we hit the threshold where I think it's okay anyways, and I'll just post it. And then from then on, then we will never have wasted, quote unquote, wasted effort of like incompleted stuff. In due time. We'll get there, we'll get there. If it is possible in this timeline, we will get there. One way or another. Because I'm gonna be here until we do. Since there's no other choice here. This is the only way. It's kind of weird without the soft edges, but it's fine. I think for the most part, I guess this is it for this. The only thing left to try would be to basically put in some gradients, but I don't have the parts separated out, so it's not gonna be a good time. So I think maybe for the meantime, let's just deal mostly with form and shape and simplification of photos, and not worry too much about the color gamuts and stuff, and the moods and stuff. I'll deal with that off stream, I think, in my other pieces like these ones here. Okay. I feel like it's been a long time since we had like a long discussion on stream. It's like VR chat, you don't know what's gonna happen every time. Things just kind of happens. Sometimes. That's a huge blob of shadow. Yeah. ここら辺ぐらいかな。 I think about half an hour I'm gonna hop off YouTube and I'll stay on Twitch. Then I'm going to hop in game, and then I'm gonna put myself on the big screen in game, and then I'll continue doing the same thing basically. Probably not with these things, face clothing anymore. I'll go work on the other one. This one. Hello, Ibukize. Yes, I got Twitch alerts going. So actually, I should also get some fun stuff that you guys can do on Twitch or something. I don't know, because Twitch is more flexible, right? You guys can spam something. I don't want you guys to be spamming bits and stuff like that. There must be some other way to trigger the alerts. It's gonna be a little bit more annoying, but I think it'll be more fun. Somehow. Anyways, I think this is it. Yeah, the video was suggesting a way to recommend music, but then for the most part, music needs to be a little bit more curated on my end, just so that I can keep my productivity going. Excuse me. Alright, cool stuff. What did I do today? I had a good chat. I think that is... Thank you. Thank you, Ibukize. I had a good chat, which is great. I think that is... that was great. Yeah, I should go back and forth between studying people's art and studying photos. Learning new shapes and simplifying. Since today is all about clothing, I'm just gonna keep doing clothing then. Oh yeah. I really like sweet stuff, but nowadays for like tea, definitely non-sweet is the best. Also, I'm so susceptible to caffeine now. I haven't been drinking coffee for like... How many years has it been? But like, I have like maybe half a cup of tea today and my heart was pounding like crazy. I think I figured out why last Friday I was so not tired. Because I was drinking like an entire bottle of oolong tea. And my heart was pounding. And I didn't understand why I was doing that, because I wasn't expecting tea to have that much caffeine in it. But today, yeah, like it was quite the experience. Wasn't I've never been this awake like today at work for like a month or two. I've been just really tired, especially after falling sick. And then today I drank tea and I was like, oh shit, I've never been this focused in recent memory. 1 or 2 hours, you do it anyways? Oh man, is it worth it though? Is it really worth it though? You know, I got more work done today. That was nice. Oh, I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. Oh man. I mean, by the end of the lack of sleep, it's still lack of sleep. It's still kind of lack of sleep. What am I doing? Anyways, I guess below yours. It's up. I just want the clothing, but I want to have the forms underneath to guide my quote-unquote simplification. So I'm not just copying shapes, I actually try to place it onto the forms a little bit more. Hopefully that helps me learn. I'm still kind of hungry. I didn't really finish my dinner now that I think about it. It's still like a half a pot of rice over here. Because I've been having stomach with my issues. My issues with my stomach. And it's mostly because I eat at really weird timings. Like, most of the food that I consume in a day in 24 hours is always between 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. because... So you have like the clock for like 24 hours. It's always like this 6-hour period that I eat like 2 meals worth of food and then I don't eat anything for the other like, what, 18 hours? Because this is when I'm in the office. And today I tried something different. I eat at 10, I eat at 3. And I wanted to eat at 9. 10 a.m., 3 p.m. Because this spaces it out as much as I can. And at the same time, it maintains my work schedule. Because I stream at 9:30, right? So this would have been perfect. And I wake up at like 9-ish as well. And I also sleep really late at like 3 a.m. So I will be able to have 4 meals at 6 hours period. I don't have to like mess my stomach up by eating a lot. But remains to be seen whether if that's a good idea. Because I couldn't finish my dinner today. Because I didn't have enough time. Not quite used to this yet. Is my head too small? Is my arm too big? A gallon? Sorry, I do not use freedom units for liquids. What is a gallon? How much is a gallon? Wasn't there like 2 different gallons too? 3.785 liters. So that is the US liquid gallon, which is 3.785 liters. Or there is an imperial gallon, which is 4.546. That's used in UK and Canada. Extended arm. Sorry, I just need to check, Curio. Do you mean extended arm, as in like no foreshortening? Is that what you're referring to it as? So, like for example, in this case, rather than the arm going into the distance here and then coming up and then over, because it's being pushed forwards, you still see the entire length of the arm before it comes back. Is that what you're referring to? I'm just trying to understand. Because you've mentioned this a few times, and I'm not sure if I understand you correctly. I follow the flow. Okay, I'm not sure if that helps. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm following. Like, do you mean it as like something that should be fixed, that should be changed? Or do you just point it out as like, oh, I'm noticing that this is what's happening? Right, in 2 cylinders, okay. Indeed I do. Indeed I do. I don't know about proportions. I haven't really checked proportions, but this is just whatever. I just need the rough form for my clothing. The naked ladies only exist to put clothes on them. For me to put clothes on them. Slide face of cylinder, right. So I will see like the space of the cylinder like this, right? Is what you're saying. Actually, where is this going? This is going in the back, kind of. And then the other side, like that. And then the other cylinder comes up, kind of. Kind of reaches here, I guess. Pretty sure it's not done very correctly, but... So when you say extended arm, are you saying that I'm drawing it in a way that I don't see the sides of the cylinder? Is that what you mean? Like this is an extended arm? And then this here. Oh, I see. Okay. So this is not this, right? Who swing the line? Okay. Oh, you're saying this part here? Ah, okay, okay, okay. Indeed, indeed. What am I doing, Duvet? I'm trying to see how I would use this photograph to draw basically the line art, and then proceed on to try to render the shapes out in as quote-unquote simplified of a way as possible. But like something that's natural to draw, something that's decent, then still yet decent to look at. I think that's basically the goal. I think the whole point of my so-called quote-unquote simplification is just something that is not as complicated as the photo, but still complicated enough to satisfy me, but also has a nice workflow. It doesn't feel like that cumbersome to be like putting down like a bajillion different colors or a bajillion different shapes. I think that's kind of the objective. After talking for so long, I'm starting to understand that this is probably what I'm looking for. Right, because that's what the style is, I suppose. I need to block the big shapes first. Wait, what? Oh, okay, I didn't even lock onto this properly. Oops. I don't know if this is even in proportion, but I'm also not too concerned with it. I think this part is not enough. Yeah, this part should come out more, I think. This part is coming out too much. Or rather, this is too small. Yeah, target here. The target is pretty high here. This shape is kind of small, so this is probably pushed in here. This is fatter. Okay. Yeah, after all that, I just wanted something comfortable, I think. Whatever that may be. Okay, I can't see this. I'm just gonna cut that. What is going on the other side? What is that? What is he wearing, actually? What in the world is this? That's the inside of the jacket that I'm still seeing, but it stops here. So this is like some kind of a design then, I guess? Some Arknights-esque bullshit. It's just like a random thing on top. Alright, I don't know what that is. Probably missed my target. Oh, okay. Somewhere here. Start. Okay, now I need to clean this up. So it's like pretending I'm trying to go for like a proper illustration, but I'm not. I'm just gonna do tree values, but the lines I'm gonna pretend that it will be the full thing. So I will try to only line the same way I guess eventually I would line for something. I want lines to be important enough to hold most of the stuff together still, but it doesn't have to be that clean, because we can then eventually still kind of paint some of it out if we want to, like fix some of the stuff later on. So I don't want it to be that complicated, but still natural to be drawn. That means I literally turn off my brain and just let it do whatever it wants. Let's see where I end up first. As far as still even, I think. How do I make it a little bit more interesting? 3, 2, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 2, huh? So, okay. But that means the target will be here. So I do it later? Wait. I'll have to do it later, right? Because this other one... Where is it? Yeah, I didn't really draw any of the curve, other than this one. Other than stuff that's overlapping. So these are not quite overlapping. I can have one here, if I want to. Now you put that. Oh, there, cool. A bit weird, but interesting shape, I suppose. Some of this I might be inclined to draw lines instead. I missed the mark. No, wait. It works. It's changing in size. I don't care. I don't see it. Out of the contour, I'm inclined to make it a little bit heavier, I think. The line weights are kind of sus, but What's the top like? Huh. Right, so it dips. It dips, right? So it dips. That means the apex is higher. Question mark, question mark, question mark. That is so weird. That's so weird. まあいいけどね、別に。別にいいですね。Only target the main net. Oh, it doesn't even fit the same spot. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Just missed it. Oops. 何これ。It's really rare to be like that, is it not? Oh, would it ever be like that? Oh, especially this one is definitely not like that. Right, so I can pull this down. Just do something like that, that's fine. Right, this has to imply false. Okay, this would need to do this slowly. So 3, right? So this is the biggest one I want. But then dip in just. Ah, 合ってるかな、合ってる。Maybe I can go out that higher. But the amount has to be consistent. Less than more, right? The line weight feels a lot worse. Because I'm trying to deal with both this shape and the thing at the same time again. Like Duvet has mentioned before. Also a little bit too big, is it? It's not consistently width. Whatever. It's whatever, bro. Whatever, man. Hello, Valera. Welcome. Oh, we started drawing boxes. Huge, 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 huge. I would like to say that that is the basis for everything, but I haven't exactly done what you have done, so it would be irresponsible of me to really say that that is 100% going to help. I do think it's going to help though. I do think it's going to help. I just wish it was based on a little bit more experience instead of just more excitement. I think it's huge. Like whenever people, like it's always the beginning that's hard, right? Once you get into that flow of getting started and just drawing and like it's very different, man. Like me 9 months ago versus me right now, like it's the mentality towards just putting in the hours for it has been like a huge difference. It's so much easier to do stuff now. It's a lot easier to accept that things are not gonna come out right. And it's so much easier to get right back into it, you know? It's no longer like, hey, this sucks. I need like 3 months to cool down and play the games to feel like I have to work on this again. So, whenever I hear people get started on doing things, that's huge. Like, yeah. It's like there are people out there who are working, you know, towards what they want to do and stuff like that's great, right? And then there's people out there who know what they want to do or have an idea of what is it that they want to get better at, but they're not really working towards it for whatever reason or another. And that one's the most infuriating. Oh man, because I see myself in it and it gets really infuriating. So when I hear someone get started, I'm really excited. I wish my past self had the enthusiasm and determination. What a different world life would be. Ooh, what's in there? Okay. How do I do this? Probably best left the colors, no? But I need the contour of the little packets. Just to imply the irregular forms thing. I don't know what's happening there. It's too dark, can't see. Line weight should definitely be in control a little bit better, I think, because especially the stuff on the inside, I should just change to a smaller brush. I always forget to do so. There's not enough variation in the line weight, I think. That's why it looks a little bit not that polished. Draw a body, explain processes, boxes. Yeah, yeah, that's also really good that if you're finding stuff that makes sense to you. I find like a lot of these things don't really make a lot of sense sometimes. There are some so-called like ways of helping you draw that I feel like only make sense if you really know what is it that you like, that you're drawing, like you're really good at it, that you have the experience and you have the visual library. Then you can use whatever guidelines you want. It's like the draw a circle, draw the rest of the owl kind of thing. Like if you know what the owl is like, you've done it before, then you can draw whatever guidelines you want and it will still work, you know. So sometimes you have to be lucky and find stuff that actually helps you. So if you found that, that's great. That's very good. Very nice. Yeah, I feel like that's the whole point. Like, I feel like that's what guidelines should be, you know, like construction, right? Essentially is what it is. Like if you're learning anatomy, you really just want a concrete way of learning, hey, where things are supposed to be. Because otherwise, like if you're stuck anyways, and your guidelines don't provide like an absolute way of teaching you how to position things, then what is the point of the guideline? Because then you still can't draw anyways. So I've been kind of complaining about the foreshortening thing with the circles. Because unless you have a mathematical formula that determines how much to change the width of the circles, how much to space the circles, and how many circles there are and stuff like that. Otherwise, like, how do you use this to draw foreshortened limbs unless you already know what it's supposed to look like, right? If I have an arm that's pointing at me, how does this help me, right? I still don't know where the muscles are and stuff like that. I would have to been practicing it before, I have done it before to know where things are supposed to go. That's why some of the guidelines don't really make sense, but anyway, to me at least. Out of here. That's great, that's great. So stuff like that, I'll leave it to rendering for the most part, unless it is an overlapping form. Then only then I want to put lines in. For the most part, it's kind of like this. Oh yeah, I've been guilty of that. Like basically the entire time before I started the stream, and at least like 60% and 70% of the time when I'm on stream. It may look like I'm trying to break stuff down, but sometimes I just don't get it. I've also come to accept that, you know, it takes many different iterations to get something. So sometimes I guess it's actually fine to just do something and not fully understand it, because you're breaking down the barriers still of doing it. Sometimes trying to even study something feels really daunting, but if you have done it a few times before, then you're like, oh, you know, I kind of know the shapes about it. Maybe, you know, if I just spent a little bit more time, I can understand it finally. Sometimes it just, I guess, takes a while. So coming out at like 12:30. My new plan is to stop at 12:30 on YouTube, continue on Twitch, just because it feels a little bit different, I think. YouTube feels a little bit more formal. That's because I'm also trying to make it like more strictly study and try to push progress and stuff like that. Whereas if I'm off of it, it feels like I'm just kind of drawing, you know. I can do whatever I want. I can play whatever music I want. And maybe the change in perspective helps to make things a little bit easier to do. So I'm gonna take some time to set that up right now. Probably hop over to deal with this one instead. I need to figure out the lines for this one too, but yeah, I don't know. Should be one more target I can use, I think. Okay, yeah, nothing will happen for a bit on screen as I sort this out here. Standby is okay. Let me get my Twitch sorted out. I am live, right? Everything is sorted? Okay. I have 2 people over at Twitch. Interesting. Yes, I'll be hopping off YouTube now. So if you still want to continue to follow, I apologize, but I will be over on Twitch. Twitch. I'm guessing it's gonna work. I'm not 100% sure actually, because the Twitch thing, like I'm dual streaming right now, and the main thing is YouTube's. If I turn off YouTube, I don't know if it will break anything. So there is a chance of that happening. If it does happen, I apologize. Then that's probably where everything ends for today. Yes, I'm migrating to Vey. So thank you for everyone that's on YouTube. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Oh, bye bye. I'm just gonna turn it off right now. So have a good night, guys.